Salam and peace. You got your partner, Pookie Doodle Squad, better known as AAWRS1. Dig it? With the Fire Camp series, y'all. Right? This is what, episode 9. So, we're going to have to make some corrections. I always do that. I need to make some corrections. First, with Islam, right? I didn't research it. I'm just shooting you from what I just generally have studied and came across, right? Boom. You can go do that for yourselves. That's your job. You can have pictures. Muslims have pictures as long as they're in photo albums, right? This is in the photo album. It's covered up. Boom, and they hang it up. You know what I mean? Now, as far as hanging up pictures of earthly things and stuff like that, I've seen Muslims do that, right? Me, I'm against it. Nah, I don't hang up nothing. If it's not Quranic calligraphy, right? Now, there's a sunnah, a part of that. You can't just go around your house hanging up ayahs of the Quran. It has to be an ayah of the Quran that's implemented into your life. You see what I'm saying? That's the tafsir. You can go research that for yourself. Because upon it being so for me, I would have all my walls in my house done in Quran. You see what I'm saying? From Al-Fatiha to as much as I can get as the Quran on all my walls throughout my whole house. I would do that. But I can't implement all of the Quran. Well, you can, but that's different. So let's get out of there. Let's get back to the story. I got to make another correction about when I saw Duck. There was more than one brother on the crew. There was him and another brother. We gonna call him Downtown C, right? And I'm gonna let it be known right now, right? I saw dude after all this too, right? Downtown whoop de whoop, and I'm just gonna let it be known, yo. Partner was lucky that he didn't get jacked. You see what I'm saying? I'm real about that. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be jacking him for the money, right? I'd be jacking you for the point. You see what I'm saying? When I was ignorant. See? That's why I never underestimate anybody, because you never know what somebody is thinking. You see what I'm saying? I've been through it. And people, you need to watch yourselves. You feel me? Okay. Let's get to me meeting Seattle, the swamper, right? And then he hooking me up with the captain. You know what I'm saying? So I hook up with the cap. The cap asking me questions. He let me know. He said, hey, man, we work hard. We really don't want no slackers. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they talk a lot of shit. I keep order. You know what I mean? He had this thing. He said, we treasure, right? And I was like, treasure, what's that? He said, that's when we go and we recycle. I let you guys recycle. And you guys, and then I take what you guys recycle, and then boom, I go get the money, and then whatever y'all want to eat, that's what we do. And I was like, oh, that's cool, right? I was like, oh, okay, that's cool right there. He's talking to me. I said, Cap, I think I'll be a good addition, man. You know what I mean? I have to let him know. I said, man, I'm an older type brother. I'm a Muslim. I say what's on my mind. I don't take no shit from nobody. And I'm a hard worker. So, you the captain, so it's up to you. That's what I told him, right? We shook hands. I bounced. I can't remember what was the process on how I actually found out I was on the crew, but boom. Because, y'all, this has been decades ago, right? So anyway, I'm going to pick up from what I remember the most. And boom, I get on the crew. We do a lot of work that people don't know about. A lot of highway rehabilitation. You know how you go to state parks, you see them big telephone poles stuck in the ground? We actually put them poles in the ground, right? Dig ditches, wipe out brush and trash on the side of freeways. I done been right in Emerald Hills, right? In Emerald Hills, clearing out brush right from the freeway right there, right from the 50, that's not the 54. But whatever that freeway is, y'all know where it is. Let you off right there near Euclid. I guess that's the 5 going, no, it ain't the 5. It's the other one, but y'all know what it is when you in Dago life. Anyway, I'd have been all over there clearing brush. I'd have been in Chula Vista clearing brush, because we do get to go out in the street back then. And like I said, we didn't have no orange oil. We had blues. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that differentiates us from anybody that we had a stencil. CDC prisoner down on your leg and CDC prisoner on the back of your shirt. You see what I'm saying? Other than that, we was blued up. And our Nomex was yellow. You see what I'm saying? So I get on the crew, right? So it's me, Duck, Downtown C. We the only three brothers on there, right? Then there's an Islander, a Filipino, no, an Islander, and two Filipinos, right? Then there's Big C, who was a white boy, right? Out of Lakeside, one of them white boys, right? Big C was the chainsaw. He was our chainsaw man, and he was raw. He didn't take no shit, too. I like that big white boy. I'm going to tell you more about him. He got a good story. And then we had Topo, who was Mexican, and we had, oh, damn. I used to call him compa, because that's what he used to say to me, right? He used to say, hey, ¿qué pasó, compa? That's what he used to say to me, right? So I called him compa, and I ended up seeing him, too, out on the street. And guess where? In a casino. Every time I be there chilling with my relatives, I see these people. I don't be there gambling. I be there chilling, and they be just sliding me in. Now, you may say, well, that's haram because where it's coming from. But, hey, if they feel that as though that they doing something to help somebody, hey, I just sit there and get their food for them, like the little cigarettes for them and all that right now. Get their sodas, boom. But I see all these cats coming through the casino, right? And Topo, that dude was funny. I used to think he was gay because he used to talk soft, right? He had a soft demeanor, right? But he was on our crew and he was gangster as fuck. He was doing bids. He was doing a bid for a credit card fraud, some shit like that or something like that, right? And who am I missing? And then Seattle was our swamper. And then the Cap when I first got on the crew. Yeah. That was the crew right there. So I'm going to give y'all what I remember the most. The first hike. Now, we all around Buckman Springs. When you down in the Dago area, you'll know about that. Where it's snow at. We all around in them areas right there. This is our backyard over here. You know what I'm saying? The border. Rainbow, the women in Rainbow is not too far from where I'm at in Boulevard, right? Because we've been on the fire with them before. But they separate us now. Because a couple of broads that got pregnant. So they wouldn't let us get together like we used to. You see what I'm saying? But we was fighting on the same line. We tied in together. They came from one direction and we came from the other direction. You see what I'm saying? So, hey. It was so cold on that fire, wasn't nobody was trying to think about getting no pussy. And I don't think no women was trying to think about getting no D. You see what I'm saying? Because that fire, that was on the freezer fire, right? That's later on down the line, I'm going to tell you about that fire. But what I remember the most is the first hike, yo. Woo! That hike was mean as hell, right? Now, the only hiking I ever did was with the academy. You see what I'm saying? Then when I got there, I wasn't doing no hiking because I'm in camp. You see what I'm saying? Doing the lines like I told y'all before, right? So we go on that Buckman Springs hike. That was one of our regular hikes. You know what I'm saying? That was like a daily hike for us. Buckman Springs. You know what I'm saying? You can see where the fire already burnt through there and all that. We just get our hike on. And when I first got there, man, that first hike kicked my ass. I was back there with the Cap. Because the Cap always be in the back. You know what I mean? The Cap don't be trying to supercharge or nothing like that. Cap stay in the back. He was a little Mexican dude, too. And I got to make another correction about that. His brother was the captain of Crew 2, not Crew 3. His brother was the captain of Crew 2. And I used to be back there with the Cap. And the Cap used to be back there with the island dude. Because the other island dude, we're gonna call him K. Seen him in the casino too. He had a lawsuit because he was mixed with Japanese and Hawaiian about when his people got locked up. You know what I'm saying? During World War II. He got money for that. He told me. Guess where I saw him at too? In the casino. Right? And him and Big T, the white boy from Lakeside, he told me, he said, yeah. He said, me and Big T, we hooking up. And I'm like, really? Big T end up knocking one of K's cousins, you know, a Samoan, a mixed Japanese broad or whatever. So he came up, right? Anyway, I was back there with the cap, y'all. Them hikes was whooping my ass. And he was like, whoo, can you hang? And I was like, hey, Cap. I was like, hey, this shit kind of rough. I'm going to keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, you get used to it. You know what I mean? And it's a trip. Like as soon as you finish that hike and you get up there, the first thing you want to do is light a cigarette. That shit is crazy, right? As soon as you get up there, first thing you want to do is light a cigarette. Drink you some water, light a cigarette. I mean, my hips, my calves, I mean, they was burning, right? And then we got a fire call. Now, our cap was cool, right? Now, we would get work assignments, and we would show up to them work assignments. But if them people didn't get there in an allotted time, he'd be like, okay, we're out of here. And then we cut out. Whoop! Now, we land this called clucks when you waiting for a fire call, right? But it's only called a cluck when you get a fire call, and then they tell you, no, y'all stand down. It ain't that serious, right? But we would go, and he'd just go and find somewhere in the cut. I done been to all them parks, all them state parks. You know what I'm saying? Around Boulevard, going to the Imperial Valley. I done prayed out there at Glamis in the sand. You know, that remind me of the Sahara Desert. It was just like me I just projected myself over in the east in the sand making salah. You feel me? Man, because you know what the Hadith and the Tafsir say about that. But you need to get proof upon it about those places that you pray in, bear witness for you. You know what I'm saying? When you meet the man, you know what I'm saying? Those places are going to say, hey, he prayed here, she prayed here. You know, and it says also when you make salah out in the land, that even the fish, the birds, and the fish and everything, they come into homage, into salam, and they bear witness because they hear you. You know what I'm saying? Make a salah. You may call the adhan. You may call the ikama. You know what I'm saying? So you got to research that. It's like me. People may think I'm crazy, but when I see animals, I greet them. I greet them with that, especially with ones that are hostile. Like, you know how you walk past dogs, they be all barking, woo, 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 woo. I tell them assalamu alaikum and just stand there. Right? And sometimes I'm telling you, you give me a bark for a minute, but then after a while, it just calm down. It just be like, whoop. Now, I'm not saying that that's the remedy that's going to work for everything, right? I'm just saying that's my experience, right? So anyway, my first fire was a popcorn fire, right? And a popcorn fire is just a little fire that may pop up in somebody's backyard or on the side of the freeway or something like that. That's called a popcorn fire. That was actually the first fire that I went on, right? And it was somebody that had some acreage. They had a couple acres, and a fire had popped up there. So they called us in. It was like, okay, we want y'all to go ahead and cut this line around here. You know what I mean? Saw down this bamboo and stuff, you know, whoop, wipe it out. So we went in there and did that. That was my first popcorn fire. We did a lot of work around all of the lakes. Lake Marina, like I be telling y'all, my fishing trips, and y'all see me at a fishing spot, and I say, yeah, I've been here because, you know, I've been here doing work, clearing brush, chopping wood and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Digging trenches, like I said, putting the big old telephone poles. I got to a point to where I could take those 2 telephone poles, they cut them, you get the long saw for that, the big super long saw. You cut them telephone poles. We used to have a competition with that. You cut them suckers. Man, I could carry 2 of them suckers. You know what I'm saying? 2, I would say, 8, 9, 6, 7 footers, 8 footers, 9 footers. Boom, I could carry 2 like that. Because we used to see who could outwork each other, man. It was a competition. Who can out-chop, who can sling that Pulaski. I was Pulaski, man. I ended up what? Because the Swamper's blood hook. And then you got the sawman, and then you got the bucker. Okay, the bucker worked with the saw. You know, and the young Filipino cat was the bucker. He got to clear, when the saw cut all the brush, he got to grab all that as much as he can and get it out of the way. The blood hook come through first, bop, bop, bop. He hitting the bottoms of the big shit so we can get it out of the way with the saw. So then the saw come through, lay all that shit down. Bucker come, grab all that, throw it to the side, right? Then we come through with the Pulaski's. Take it down to the root. Then right behind us is the McLeod. The McLeod, take it down to the gravel. You know what I'm saying? And then behind him is the rake. You know what I'm saying? And the rake just rake it all out. And then that's it. You go around the rocks and everything else, and you tie in, and you tie into the line, woo, 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 and you cut the line just like that, simple and plain. You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. We're going to start getting into some drama. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I just want to give you the preliminaries, give you what's accurate and what I experienced, right? It's a hell of an experience. You see what I'm saying? Especially the work part. The work part gets you built up to go work for Caltrans, all that. When I left there, I had a letter of recommendation from my captain and everything, right? And I didn't even go off into it. You know what I mean? I should have, but my body was just, my body was saying nah. And really, it wasn't even that. My thing was get out, get a job, get back into society, do what I need to do as a Muslim. You see what I'm saying? So, hey. And then when, I'm going too fast, but I'm going to bring that back. You got your partner. Pookie Doodie Squad, better known as AWS1. Dig it. Salams to those of you who sub. Salam to those of you who watch me regularly. Salam to those of you who watch me every now and again. And salam to those of you who are on the fence about subbing. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing people on here, they be begging people to watch them. You see what I'm saying? I can't do that. I just got to give you the regular pitch. You see what I'm saying? And I want to make another comment about what I said on another one of my videos. What I mean by watching something new is new because you're watching it from me. Now, I may do a redrop. I may do something that somebody else did or go visit a place that somebody else visit. That's what I mean by new. I want to be known for always having a gang of videos out there and always having something new when you come to visit me. And you look on here, you be like, oh, okay, I didn't see dude did this video. Let me check this out. That's what I meant by that. You got your partner. Pookie Doodie Squad, better known as AWS1. To get y'all know what to do, go ahead and do it. Salam and peace. Remain blessed, you and your families. Inshallah, we're going to come back with episode 10, right? That's what we're on 9 now, right? Yeah, episode 10. This is going to be a long one, but I'm trying to cut it down, as y'all can see, because I'm trying to remember. And I'm trying to shoot it straight from my memory without trying to write, the chain of events. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, salams to you guys. You guys remain blessed, you and your families. And please tune in, y'all. Please tune in, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. I got to make a correction, y'all. There was another Mexican cat on our crew. His name was O. He's from out of L.A. He was hella cool, a young dude. And I got a story about him when this so-called level 4 cat came to our crew, and this other sloppy ass supposed to be Sureno. So, y'all stay tuned for that. I wanted to make this correction before I let y'all go. Salam. Remain blessed, you and your families.